Hey guys, so this video is just an intro. Feel free to skip. We're not going to get into any technical details here. This is just to get some context on how this started, where it's currently at, and where um, I'm trying to get to. So so my background is programming, right? So the goal here is to create a bot that uh, can do the same thing a trader can do, but automated and obviously a lot better, and um, hopefully a lot more lucrative, right? So when I first started, this was in the crypto space. I was working with some guys. We were trying to do some arbitrage stuff. Um, didn't really work out. Too many fees, too much volatility. Um, tried a few other strategies. Um, finally gave up on crypto due to the fact that it was just too unpredictable and too many fees. And the main reason was because none of the exchanges allow paper trading, right? So when I was doing all my testing, I had to, um, you know, play with real money, which is not a good way to test. So then I switched to stocks. So I created an account with TD Ameritrade, and uh, unfortunately with them, they also didn't allow they allowed paper trading, but not through their API. So in other words, I wasn't able to do anything programmatically. So I was basically doing trades, theoretical trades. By theoretical is I would store the price that I would buy at and the price that I would sell at, and just go off that. But not a very good test because um, when you're doing market orders, you don't really know what you're actually going to get. So I was kind of just going off, using the bid and the ask to try to figure out, okay, I'm most likely going to have the worst case scenario, and that seemed to um, get me to some strategies that seem promising. However, when I could never do an actual test because of the fact that for whatever reason, they didn't want to allow their API to allow paper trading. So, um, and as most of you know, TD Ameritrade is now Charles Schwab, which I still currently have. I still use for like manual trading, but once I get something working with one of the exchanges I'm trying to programmatically have this work in, then obviously I'll just be using that. Uh, so speaking of that, I'm using Alpaca Exchange, which does their API does allow paper trading, and so I have all the architecture set up to get the candles, um, read them in, use strategies, try this, try that, and everything. I've been working on this for a long time. So my the code is there and it's strong. I just the part that I'm missing is the strategy that actually works, right? So the one problem that I've tried countless bots over the years, lost thousands of dollars. People, it's easy. They make videos where showing their bot work. Well, I could show my bot working too on a day when the market's bullish all day. Um, Show it on the day when it's bearish, and see how it works then, right? Or or for whatever other circumstances where it doesn't work, right? They're just going to show you the days where it works, right? And there's really no way to know that until you actually try it, and of course, you can learn in the hard way. So I came to the conclusion, if you want something done right, do it yourself. So during this process, I've learned a lot about trading. I'm still certainly at the novice level, but I know enough to, um, I guess, be dangerous. So what I'm currently trying to do is uh, test, like, I was testing against Alpaca. Like, you have to do to do actual trading, even when it's paper, you still have to do it during market hours. So you kind of have to, like, with a daytime job and stuff, you still got to like make sure you get up and start it start up the bot like right when the market opens and monitor it and make sure there's no issues and all that kind of stuff. And that's all fine. And I did make one pivot since then to Forex, and the reason I did that was because um, it's 24/7, so it gives me like the times where I can actually run it. And they do allow also paper trading on the exchange that I'm using. I can't remember the name of exchange that I'm actually currently using right now. I'll I'm sure you'll see that in the next video. But I'm switching to Forex because it runs Monday through Friday 24/7, which is one of the things that I liked about crypto was that it was 24/7, 365. But yeah, it's just too crazy. But anyway, Forex is interesting because I was, I mean, I think I said I don't really know why one strategy would be better in Forex as opposed to stocks. It should be, I would assume, especially when you're trying to do scalping. So I'm looking at 1 minute candles. I'm looking at trades, getting in, getting out within minutes. I would think that the indicators would be the same. Honestly, like I said, this is still in the development process. Um, what I'm trying to do here with this channel is share what I've done. Maybe this could benefit both others and myself, like-minded, uh, to come up with a strategy that's actually valid. Like I said, I've already got past. I want to say the hard part. The hard part, like one of the definite challenge was making sure everything's working. You got all the candles come in, making sure they're right. Um, Making sure the your bot is reading them in as you would expect, and yeah, so uh yeah, so that's kind of the background of how this started. In the next video, I will get into the code. I'll show you the architecture, and show you like all the things I've tried, and as each part in this series is going to be me trying different strategies. Hopefully, I can get some. So far, all the strategies I came up with are just me, like using AI, or just researching like different trading strategies, putting together different um, combinations of indicators to try to find a winning formula. I'll get into more of some of the stuff I've tried. Um, to give you a better indication of like why something works versus why it doesn't. Um, but yeah, so like I said, please like and follow for part two. I'm gonna uh, we'll get into some code, and I'll get into all the architecture, how this is all set up, and then we'll go from there. Thanks.